Hey, so this is a match that Samurai's done. Anybody else who's welcome to watch it. Feel free to take whatever you can. I think it's D.va, and I skipped ahead a little bit. I didn't watch really any of it, but I think it's also Orisa later in the match. Ryan? Ooh, Ryan, I can coach. Orisa, I'm gonna have a harder time if I remember. Yeah, you're playing Orisa for defense, which is great. It's really where Orisa belongs. Okay, first... okay, let's listen to that really quickly. That's really important. Really important. I'm just gonna turn up the volume on this a little bit.
Yo!
What's up?
Yo!
Okay, do you see the difference between that? I'm not one to judge, obviously, because I'm really quiet as a person in general. But I don't know, I'm cheery and all that. But I notice we come in just feeling defeated, and we present that to our entire team. You know, first thing they hear in team chat is,
What's up?
"What's up?" Which is fine, it's a minor thing. It's just something that I really think
Do you guys
can
want to
bring
do
a
this
lot of
quickly,
shit.
or do you want to?
It can bring a lot to your team, especially if you're playing support or any sort of rally hero like a tank. If you're out there, you're a centerpiece for your team, you're being super proactive and super happy. That's just a minor thing. It's not huge. I don't see much of it. You're very relaxed. You're not too into it, which is a good thing. But just a minor note. That's something that I try to do as much as I can, is not be tilted or sad. Just like super happy and cheery and kind of like a backbone, or not a backbone, but like something to fall back on when the rest of the team loses morale. Because very few people are. But again, it's minor point.
Do head on.
Oh, okay. The entire time I was rambling there, they were talking about strategy. So basically one dude was saying like, hey, do you want to take a split approach? Do you want to go one side with one group and then another group goes right through the middle, or do you just want to do a death ball? So basically he's asking, do you want to do split or a dive or death ball? Basically he's asking what kind of comp do you want.
Split or I've seen it work in the past. Just all picking characters to flank around the side. I mean, if y'all are all good with that. Yeah, okay. Let's do that then.
Okay, so this D.va player is saying, let's all flank. Let's all take that path to the left. Nobody's going there. And he says, okay, let's do that then. Your decision in this point had better be to swap to a mobile hero. I'm guessing you're switching to D.va. But let's see how that turns, because again, I skipped ahead. I skimmed through it. And you're going to play D.va, but right now, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 6 of us can flank. Unless you're looking to like back cap, in which case you could just have these two. Oh, I got this for this reason. In which case you could just have these two. That's a bad color. You could just have these two the entire time, distracting while the entire, this entire group here goes off to the left side, and you guys just go straight through. But I don't think that's what you're going for. I think you wanted to do the dive. So we'll find out. Immediately, you should be trying to swap to Lucio if you're gonna do this mobile comp on the left side. That's what I'd be switching to right now. D.va's being a buzzkill. Whatever, not important. Voice lines.
You go tank, I'll go.
What do you play?
So we're figuring out the comp right now. Destroying the library. This happens when we get to quality.
Play D.va. I'll let you play D.va.
We're all going left.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, see, now we have mobile, and again, 2 entirely immobile targets. So These two are basically not contributing if you guys are still going that left side. If not, I don't know how much I like the attack sim. But this is the guy that came up with the idea to go all mobile in the first place. So I don't know. This is just weird comp issues. Otherwise, press tab again, please. Oh, you're gonna spam hello here. This is part of this shit I watched. Look at tab real quick, please. Thank you. Otherwise, comp isn't. I don't know. Tank duo is fine. D.va has some pretty nice uses. And I really like playing her myself. I think you can squeeze her into a lot of situations where she shouldn't normally. Even more so before the nerf. Ryan is really a solid pick on Volskaya, like always. Pretty much, you kind of need him unless you're going the all-mobile route, which rarely ever works out. Lucio, great on attack. Farah's gonna be fine. Attack Symmetra is iffy, but on this point it's okay. You'll notice that Mercy's saying don't need 3 heals. Don't really have 3 heals. We have a heal and a half, and then a tech support. Which again, Symmetra on attack is really interesting to me. And you'll notice that part of our issues is because, okay, just a really basic team comp guide really quickly. You have to think about your win condition. What's your goal, right? Obviously win condition is get on the point and take the objective by killing the rest of the team, right? The enemy team. So how are you going to do that? What's your initiation? What's your follow-up? How are you going, like, what is your team going to do? How is it going to ult stack effectively? How is it going to deal with enemy ults? And so far, I see 2 major combo pieces. These 2 can combo together really well if you time it perfectly. Res is a great tempo. We can keep things going with that. And we can also do these 2 ults. This also work very well together. This is our defense, and this shield gen can give us some extra health, but I mean we have we have 2500 plus 600, and then obviously 4 200s, but whatever. We have 3100 hit points plus our 4 squishies. So I think most of our issues in this game come down to team comp, but you'll notice that we don't really have a goal. What is it? Get an early pick and rush in with Lucio, because Symmetra is not going to be much use there. And Mercy can tempo res, but she needs to stay farther back. She can't be in the fight healing as much as you need to go that aggressive playstyle. D.va can mitigate a lot of that damage, and Ryan can slowly walk in with Lucio faster. But we don't have like an objective here. We don't have anything. We don't have a solid goal in our team comp. We don't have anything set up there. But I'm gonna stop talking about comp. We're gonna go in. Just cool down. Nice meandering with the enemies.
Yeah. Try to go around.
Alright, so they have a sim. We should be looking for turrets.
No.
Like actively looking for them. You notice we didn't shoot at any of the ones that were dealing with Ryan. We just kind of let him deal with that. And then you'll notice we're confused here. Our Lucio just fucked up. But we're looking. We're like, do we want to go to the side? Are we doing that? But then you're like, oh wait, we have 2 entirely immobile. Wasn't that the plan? And again, I really like the fact that we tried to come up with a plan before we even spawned in. But then immediately nobody followed up on it. It's really weird to me.
I hit the roof.
Yeah, so Lucy's complaining. I'd say jet the fuck out of there. It's too late. You were on cooldown. It's fine. So I'd say yeah, try to get your mech back. You'll notice this guy waves to you, and you're just getting your mech back. You put him back in.
Brian's low. Get the Ryan.
But I noticed that I should have jetted. I would have jetted away right away. I would have just jetted past him and tried to go up. Sook was probably still on cooldown for a couple of seconds. You probably could have made it around the door. And in that time jetted back to your team. I don't know for sure. I'm not counting the cooldowns perfectly. Otherwise, I would have jetted back behind. If I was, again, I would be actually counting down the seconds to his hook the entire time. But you'll notice the entire time that we're dueling, kill feed is doing things. And so we killed that, but our attack symmetry is down, no duh. And even earlier, you'll notice a lot of other shit happens. Our mercy's down from their sim. And so basically this push is over already. I'd be looking to regroup immediately. Alright, so we try to go. We're without heals, we're in their back line. We have a small health pack. And look, our other support is dead. We take out these turrets, which is fine. And we go for the last one, we get flashbanged and...
Down.
Yeah, I don't know why we haven't regrouped with the team. I understand that we're on a flank when we're with D.va, but I feel like we're still playing pre-nerf D.va.
Sim behind you.
Okay. We can call that McCree is down. What is that gonna do for? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice to call when enemy teammates are down. It helps reinforce the idea that you guys are doing things. But you know, Ryan saw it. It appeared like, I don't know. I guess at 2300 it's not a bad call, but when you get into higher ranks, it's just calling that somebody's dead most of the time just ain't worth it. It's like people know by now, they have awareness. Anyways, this is a terrifying sight to me. We have Mercy healing somebody that's not us, behind us. You know, you'll notice the beam is going in this direction. And Symmetra is beaming us, but she's flying towards us. And so immediately I'm noticing this here. Noting this beam attached. And this is where D.va gets complicated. Because I don't really like her in her old playstyle. I really liked the fact that she could just bully, but she was good at way too many things. D.va right now, Defense Matrix is absolutely her most powerful ability. She does not flank and get elims, she doesn't harass the back line, she doesn't do that anymore. She goes in, confirms a kill if somebody's low, or mitigates specific damage sources, but Defense Matrix has an incredibly slow meter, and it goes away really quickly. And that'll pay for us later, but just you'll notice certain things.
Torb got me.
Torb got our Mercy's dead. Our Ryan is way behind us. I don't know why we went on point.
There's turrets.
People respawn. Yeah, so I like this. We're looking at our ults right now. Is this all we have? I think this is all we have. Is this ultimate? Their Torb's on fire because basically, Attack Sim and Ryan and Ana and Mercy scream slow push. Pharah can be a very slow push as well. I don't know why Pharah is not effectively dealing with the Symmetra. Maybe she is, but for the most part, I haven't really seen her doing work because you've been off doing your own thing. You haven't been with the team. And I gotta say, Ryan players fucking love it when there's a D.va with them and they just defense matrix behind their shield, because it goes through, right, you know, your friendly Ryan shield. It'll just eats up some of that damage, your barrier doesn't go down as fast, and you can finally, you know, you can capitalize on an opening much quicker, and without as much risk. And Ryan's barrier will be at greater health. These two work really well together. Additionally, yeah, basically I'm just saying everything else screams slow movement to us. And so Torb Sim combo, this is a time where you need to be telling your team like, hey, they have Torb and Sim. These two absolutely love it when people go in slowly. How about we work on finding a different route? You know, let's go more dive like we said we were going to at the beginning. You know, let's try to make a split, actually. That'll fuck them up really badly. We can take out the Torb turret isolated, and then from there it should be an easy cleanup. All they have is this. They're running solo hang. Okay, fine, they have Roadhog, but they're running solo healer in order to accommodate for the Sim. So that's worth noting. At this point, I'd be saying group up. Oh, we contemplated a Winston pick. And we don't do it. Okay, I know I'm pausing a lot, but I would have gone for that Winston switch. I absolutely would have. The way that you're playing right now is a lot more Winston. Like, you're trying to jump into the back line, harass a target, and isolate them and kill them to give your team a man advantage. I think we'd be taking slightly different routes if we did that. But no, absolutely, if you're going to maintain this play style, if you're going to maintain your positioning and your play style, I would go Winston. It's probably a better option. But we'll see if you change it. It's only a fluke. We're only 3 minutes into the VOD. Okay, immediately, where's our Ryan? Why are we're doing Ryan's job. We need to be slightly to the left and behind Ryan most of the time. We're trying to take out the turrets. Nice. One little note, if you have your thrusters off cooldown, which you probably do, they're on a 5-second cooldown, you can actually fly through all the turrets, and it gets rid of them actually much faster. Because sometimes if you do the whole drag down while firing with D.va, you'll just barely miss the timing on one of them, and then you gotta readjust and make sure you get it. That's just something I would do. I don't fucking care. It's not a big deal. Personally, if I were playing D.va, that's what I'd be doing. This is also really scary. Keep in mind that as D.va, we're still a tank. Our job is still to protect teammates. Even Winston's job is to protect teammates. Make sure that we take damage instead of them, or that we eat up damage, we soak it up for them. And so I see this, and immediately, doesn't matter who this person is. It's a 200 health hero. I think it's Torb. No, it's probably not. It's based on the name, but again, it's low quality, and I stopped on a bad keyframe. But immediately, I'm thinking defense matrix. So you better be doing that. No, see, that's what I'm talking about. We try to fly. It was a Symmetra. Our playstyle, we're thinking, oh, we got to go and eliminate that guy before they kill it. We should have defense matrix that to make sure that I realize it's a Symmetra and I wouldn't have done anything, but that's like your instant reaction. Then when you realize that isn't going to work, then you can fly in and just be a sponge and do as much damage as you can while saying burn sim or kill sim or focus sim. Make those call outs, because as a tank, you're not only dictating focus fire if your supports aren't doing it, but you're also, you're soaking up damage. You can only soak up so much damage for so long. As D.va, granted with 600 health, 200 armor, 400 health, 200 armor, you can do a lot of damage soaking up, but we can't defense matrix a sim beam, and so we need to call that out. We need to say, hey, sim, focus sim, she's going to be locked onto me. Immediately, I'd say you need to be making that call out. But your first instinct should not have been to boost her to kill them. It would have been to defense matrix. And see, look, now we're focusing on this Roadhog. That's not our job. Okay, there's nobody here, so we just die anyways from the Torb turret. I mean, it says Sim got us, but really it was the Torb turret. We still haven't properly scouted that out. I don't know why we haven't set group up, and I realize like sometimes it can be futile to try to group up, and the teleporter helps a little, but like I don't know what our attack sim is doing, putting a teleporter right there. Okay. We get lucky there.
I got the teleporter.
Was that our Ryan? No. I think that was the enemy Ryan that ulted. No, this is fine.
And they killed me.
Okay, so we saw the shield gen earlier. Was our job here to get the shield gen? Was that your goal with Assault? Was it to create space? Because we have 2 teammates dead. Our TP is down. We have 2 teammates dead. And our Ryan is probably about to get fucked up the ass, and we're about to get fucked up. So, what is our goal with that? Was it to catch up those 2 kills? Because I'm telling you right now, that'll scoot back. Was it to get the Torp turret? Because we still don't know where that is. I haven't seen it. Was it to get some possible lingering elim over here? I might seem harsh. This might seem harsh, but like, what the fuck was that ult, man? What was that ult? What are you doing? What was your goal? Genuinely. It was to get the shield gen. It's an okay. Okay, we were defense matrixing the entire time we were reloading. I think you realized that afterwards. But we saw him reloading. We should have stopped that earlier. Maybe our reflexes are off. Okay, defense matrix. Okay, our team isn't taking care of it. We just wasted our entire meter trying to wait for our team to take care of it, and now High Noon has come out. You couldn't have known that. That's our team's job for not killing the turret while it's not doing any damage.
Coming, guys.
Our entire team is off point now. Everybody's dead. We're out of position. We're dead here. This is at pushover. Regroup. I realize there's only 45 seconds left, but there's enough time to regroup. Our Mercy should be fucking healing it. Yep. Regroup.
There's only
Press
those
B.
2 tanks
Press B or
and 2 DPS
regroup, whatever your button is.
30 seconds remaining.
No. We're walking in. We have Nano. Okay, Nano goes on the Rhine. It's time to commit hard. Defense matrix incoming damage. What were we? Okay. That was a nano boosted Rhine. Sure, he got pinned, but he was at full health and he had an Ana with him. He had an Ana with him. He could have secured that kill on his own. I would immediately, not even looking back to see that, I would immediately have jetted out. Immediately have jetted out to help on the point. Again, we're not really doing any shielding. I don't know where our teammates are. Okay, we're protecting the Mercy a little bit. It's good. She slept. We realize there's no danger, so we fly away. Block the High Noon. Good, good. We use it immediately. This is bad. Our defense matrix is going to go away immediately. He hasn't locked onto us yet. We were behind the Rhine barrier. He's asleep. Torb is asleep. Our defense matrix is going to go out like right now. I bet you we're going to get demeched.
Go on the point.
Yep, and we fire at him. Yeah. I think I just heard you say you fucked that up. Yeah, no, I think you know. Okay. They got our Mercy, that got our Sim, and it got us demeched. Luckily we're already there, but notice the overtime clock is ticking. And who else is left but 150 health baby D.va? Orion that is now dead. Yeah. No, that sucks. Playstyle is weird, buddy. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish besides get the limbs, which you really aren't doing. Because you don't have support. You're going off on your own. Turret popped off that round. Yeah, you know why his turret popped off that round? You guys had... You didn't even have a good team fight at the beginning. You effectively trickled from the first second to the end. Individual play is not something that can carry you out a lot of the time. Mostly it's teamwork. Mostly, like, Overwatch is a team game. All right, Overwatch is all about the team plays. We have a Mercy and a Bastion and a Torb. Going Road. I know we're gonna go Orisa. It's interesting, man. Mainly our playstyle was off and our goals were just nothing. They were non-existent. Our goals as a team comp were non-existent. We had no idea what our job was. What's our job here? What's our win condition? We have no barrier. We're gonna get an Orisa. It's a 900 health barrier, but yeah, switch to Rhine. Good swap. Great swap. Love this. Why did we choose Orisa instead of Rhine here? Are we more comfortable on Orisa than Rhine? In which case, okay, it's you know, it's mid gold. You gotta do whatever you gotta do. Pick whoever you're more comfortable with. That will claim you out more than picking who's the right pick, and playing worse as them. in higher and lower ranks that isn't true. For whatever reason, gold is this weird middle ground where just if you play what you're comfortable with, you'll climb out. So again, what's our goal here? Stop an enemy push. So what do we have to slow that down? We have sonar arrow, which will allow us to see when they're coming in. We have a 900 health barrier that they have to chew through. That is entirely immobile, so our team has to work around it. We have a bastion, which should take up at least some zoning, which is great. We have this in case they decide to push through. We have res, and a shit ton of healing. And then we have Torb, which is an autolog turret that's good for slowing down pushes, and we have halt. So on defense, this is pretty good. I still don't like Hanzo on defense as much as I like him on attack, because he's not great at conceding space. He's really good at taking it. Whatever, you know, we'll work around it. I'd be talking to our team right now, either just asking them like, oh, what, you know, what's your hobbies?
You have like no time on Hanzo.
Oh shit.
I'd rather a widow. If you're gonna be a
Hold up,
sniper.
hold up.
Widow's so bad.
Hanzo, you have like no time on Hanzo.
Toxicity.
Hey Hanzo, can you swap off a Hanzo? You have like no time on Hanzo. Yeah, I'd rather a widow. If you're gonna be a sniper.
Widow's so bad on the first point.
Your support has arrived.
True.
I mean,
So is
if
Hanzo
you're
though.
confident, just if it's not working, please swap.
There's not much leeway in this. If it doesn't work, we don't have enough time to walk.
Yeah, I guarantee you, if I die, I will switch.
Alright,
Not
it's
gonna.
fine with me. It was just, it looked like you were kind of trolling because you didn't have any time on them and stuff. But
Alright, I'd be saying at this point, like, no, guys, just have faith in the Hanzo. Apparently this isn't his only account. Alright.
This isn't my only account.
Yeah, again, part of the game I caught. So, like, just reassure your team, like, no, it's no big deal. Based on the amount of time left, you can assume how it's gonna go. But, yeah, no, this is... this is suicide, I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. It can work, We have a Bastion, which is gonna kick some ass. It looks like...
not since you only.
Oh no. I don't know how our Bastion managed to get up there, this is what I was gonna say. Our D.Va is protecting him, but no. We have solo heals with Mercy. Keep that in mind, we can't take damage. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about Orisa a little bit, because I have no idea what her goal really is. I still haven't quite figured her out. Sombra is a really weird one for me as well. But I think I understand, you know, how Sombra plays. You know, you want to build up your ult and use it, basically. That's where her value lies. I still don't know where Orisa's value lies. It's kind of weird. Halt, I know, is an incredibly powerful ability. The ability to just fuck up an enemy team's positioning when there's nothing they can do to stop it, I guarantee you at some point somebody's going to figure out a way to abuse it. Then again, I said the same thing about a hack, but here's the thing. You can stop a hack. You can't stop a halt. You just move out of the way, which is still fucking up their positioning. So yeah.
I'm here for 2 seasons, but just in case.
Okay, fire up the barrier. Fire one straight up. What are you doing? Oh, okay, you might not know about that. If you fire a barrier straight up, you can effectively Q1 and lower your cooldown by about 10 seconds. This only works if it's constantly being sieged, which, by the way, since you don't have a Rhine, it will take lots of damage very quickly, and that cooldown's going to seem like an eternity. We're firing a little bit up and down.
Someone needs to be on point.
That'll be me.
Mercy call, nice. Notice how our barrier is instantly gone. Fortify
Guys, Orisa, where'd
as
you
they
go?
begin to push in. Nice choice. We just saw everybody. Okay, you know what? Fine. The kill feed is showing up, but we just saw everybody go in this room. what we can do is even if we don't see anything, we can just pop in there, use our halt, drag everybody together, and make it that much easier to stop the push.
Winston and them went behind.
I'm gonna be a lot quieter in this one because I'm not confident in my Orisa ability.
Genji's behind. He's going.
Reloading's fine.
He's on point.
Halt, stop him in his tracks. We end up confirming the elim anyways, but if we use halt there, it's got a pretty short cooldown. It's not exhaustive, but you know, it's a mid-sized cooldown. Putting somebody still for a second, it also slows them down. It's effectively a slow and a stun, and a freeze all at the same. Like it's great for CC, or at least just to help your team confirm a kill, right? So I would have halted there. Barrier. I notice we're moving it further back. Yeah, halt it. Nice. I think we could have used that halt a second or two earlier. Immediately toss out a new barrier. Nice. Fortify. No, okay. I'm gonna go back a few seconds. Okay, it looks like we got it. I think our reaction time's a little bit weird, but you heard that high energy beam, right? And you know our bastion's right here. So you're like, that's an enemy Zarya firing at our bastion. So the problem with having a barrier that stands perfectly still is that shit like this happens. He's like, oh, Zarya. But I would have fortified immediately, because you can still throw up barriers when you're in fortify. I would have fortified and absorbed some of that damage. Again, you are a tank, and granted, you could have been feeding a little bit of ultimate charge, whatever. My point is that tanks take a lot of damage, and with Orisa, if you were Ryan, the correct move would have been to barrier up, even if you had a fortify ability as Ryan, because you can move that barrier within 12 seconds or 10 seconds. Forget the exact number. Maybe it's an 11-second cooldown. You know, you can actually reposition the barrier. With Orisa, you can't do that, and so Zarya, there's really nothing to stop. Like, there's no pressure. The Bastion's focused on something else behind. Like, if you look, Bastion's firing at the D.va, right? He's dealing with that shit. He turns around, but he's healing, and then Zarya can just bubble herself. So we should have been fortifying there and absorbing damage that way. Then we throw down the barrier after she started to back up, because there's not much pressure there. There's not pressure pushing them backwards. The Mercy is super overexposed. Stop firing. Don't reload. Nice. Why did we reload there?
Mercy behind.
We could have been keeping pressure on their front. We fire right into the deflect when we've just heard it, but I don't know. We were just a little bit off on the timing, because it did go away like immediately. Nice halt putting those together. Just wish there was a bit more focus. I probably would have waited for them to push in a little bit, and then halted them and grabbed them together in a position where the Bastion can fire at them. That probably would have been more effective, but minor optimization. Fortify. Okay, that's alright. We pull the Genji. I don't know. What were we supposed to grab there? Who were we gonna grab there on purpose? We see Genji dash through us. Was that the goal? Or was it to grab like somebody over there and put him in there? I mean, I see the bubble, but I don't think we knew Zarya was there. Let me go back just a little bit. If you see Genji dash, I mean, I guess it's a reasonable assumption. Somebody's trying to get on point right now.
I can't see you, I can't heal you, I can't see you.
Yeah, okay, so we know the Zarya there, but by the time we go there, we have no idea she's been walking forward this whole time. You know?
Guys, come on, the D.va got right up on top of me.
Yeah, well, you know why the D.Va got right up on top of you? Because our main tank is Orisa. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Orisa's great. Don't get me wrong. She's undervalued as a hero, and she's really only good on defense, in my opinion. But we have a 900 health barrier. And that's it. That's all we got. You know, we don't have any other form of real CC. Like, you remember what I said, you know, we have like pressure that's keeping them off the line, but our Torbjorn up here has placed his turret when they're way further back. So they have to push through our entire front line, and we have to concede so much ground before this Torbjorn becomes effective. It worked before because they had a sim to slow them down at the beginning. But now our Torb should have been set up a little bit further up. Otherwise, yeah, this is just, it's bad. There's a reason that the Bastion just got jumped on. That's because we have nothing stopping them, really. We have a barrier they can walk through, which you can walk through Ryan's barrier, but there's also, you know, a 600, 700 pound German man with a giant, you know, rocket powered sledgehammer ready to bash their face in if they walk past it. We're Orisa. We have a little machine gun that's difficult to hit because it's projectile. Granted, we can do that from any distance, but Orisa's a tank. She doesn't want to be playing in the distance. So, whatever. Maybe Orisa is better in the backline. I think, I don't know, like there was this one game I saw recently on Hollywood where they had a Torb put his turret in, you know, on those stairs in the back behind the grass, and they had an Orisa sit there and just fire in that tiny little sliver of a crack from the corner of the cafe all the way down to like halfway through the road at the enemy spawn. But no, this game's over. Ballsy move by our Mercy. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to talk much about the Orisa play, but biggest thing that I saw, biggest things, let's just go over this real quick. Number one was the play style. It's weak as fuck, man. You're still playing like that bully style with D.va. None of this is going to pertain to Orisa, because again, I'm not confident enough on her yet. Just give any sort of authority. So that's play style. That's your biggest thing. Secondly, positioning, and these two things kind of go hand in hand. Our positioning, wow, what? Position? No, I was right. Yeah. I don't know why that took me a second. Play style and positioning. These two are very similar. I think that if we hadn't been playing that bully D.va, if we hadn't been playing that harass the backline, if we were more with our team and then scooping out, searching out duels, pouncing from the safety of our team, because the jets go pretty damn far. Like, it doesn't seem like it when you really need to, but you'll notice that, you know, compared to normal walking speed, like, her jets go really far. And so you can, and they have a 5-second cooldown too. So you can be sitting there absorbing damage with your front line, and you'll notice you need to confirm a kill, or you need to go take out some important target. You can fly in defense matrix and then duel that. Because don't get me wrong, D.va's still very good at taking duels. You know, but it's just not worth it. I think that, yeah, you need to really work on these two things. Additionally, the one ult I saw from you, the only ult all game, had no goal, as far as I know. Unless it was to take out that shield gen, in which case that's a shitty goal. We had no other point. That's what I call, that's what a lot of people call a naked D.va bomb, where you just throw it in there, either hoping to get elims or whatever, but with nothing else, right? The point is that you don't just throw a D.va bomb in there because. You throw it in there while your team is pushing from a different angle, so that you know, the Rhine or whatever has a choice: either defend against the D.va bomb and scatter, or you can, you know, defend against the push, the other 5 angry people coming towards you to kill you. You have a choice between the two, and it's a big choice. So the D.va bomb needs to have a purpose. Additionally, our defense matrix was absolutely subpar. We used a lot of it at once. There were very little sporadic uses I saw of it. You know, if teams have like a soldier, just you see Helix, like pop it for half a second. Also, it's way longer than it is wide. From top down, it looks like the hitbox looks kind of like this. Like, it's huge. It's a pretty good accurate, pretty good, like the model they use is pretty accurate. It's more like that. It's like it's a little bit wider at the top, but yeah, the model that they use is pretty accurate. But legit, it's like, I mean, this is what I'm saying. This distance is longer than this distance. So yeah, defense matrix is huge. We need to be using that more sporadically, less in large chunks. I noticed we held it forever at the Torb turret when we didn't really need to. Sure, we wanted our team to follow up, but after they haven't done that after the first second, like, we're D.va, we have 600 health hit points. We can go and take that out. I realized that our team died shortly after, and they shouldn't have. They should have been able to handle a 3v2. Or, sorry, 2v2, you know. I think with the spawn advantage, we should have handled that, but I guess they didn't, because one of them's a roadhog, so that instantly turns it into a 2v1. But yeah, I don't know. Defense matrix didn't see a whole lot. Like, that's the biggest thing about D.va's kit. That's what we need to be maximizing. There were definitely some good uses, but there were obvious ones. I think we could have been using that for shorter periods of time, more sporadically, and less. Yeah, so like very specific damage sources. You want to make sure that you hone in on a larger source of damage rather than a small, consistent one, and you hold it there, because that's what Ryan's job is. Soak up all that extra damage. That's sustained. Your job is to take care of the burst damage that comes through as D.va, if you're running that combo. If D.va is your main tank, it means you don't have a Winston or a Ryan, and you need to reevaluate comp, because what the fuck. Yeah, one little thing on Orisa, just because, I mean, I can add my more, like, whatever, just with Orisa, not a main tank. You're not first, you're not the, like, you're not a main tank as Orisa, I'm sorry. People are gonna get fucking pissed, but she's not an anchor tank. She can't fulfill that role. She can't do it. She has this health pool. Her barrier has 900 on a ridiculous cooldown, which is, granted, needed. But yeah, you're not a main tank. I would have been imploring your friendlies to switch. Like, hey, I can't solo tank. I think the Rhine pick would have worked out better, actually. You know, we had Hanzo, we had Tor, we had Mercy, we had a very static defense comp. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this gameplay. There's a lot more I could have gone into depth about, but I do want to keep this short, and I know I blab a lot, babble forever and ever and ever, on and on and on about things. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. I don't really know where to sell these off. If you have any questions, please ask me. I'll always get to them. I don't have a schedule. I do, but Yeah, also just be more positive and active in voice comms. Just a small thing. I say a small thing, but it goes a really long way, and hopefully it isn't too much more effort for you.